All right, everyone. Hi, and welcome to another week. Taking a look at the energy for this week. Um, didn't really prepare anything. Just wanted to kind of see what the cards said because they've, been pretty bang on. Um, Not too much going on this week astrologically. I mean, there always is stuff going on, but we're still in retrograde with some of the planets and that kind of thing. So and then we're slowly heading towards, equinox um, and the eclipse portal heading into October there. So we're definitely going to be feeling those kind of energies. The sun itself is kicking off a lot of energy the last couple days. Definitely lots of solar flares and um, high vibrational energy coming in. So the overall, you know, from my opinion, is just make sure you're really taking care of yourself in terms of getting enough sleep, hydrating, resting when you need to, and just not overloading ourselves. That seems to be the kind of thing. I feel like we're in this equinox thing. And while it's new energy and new, we're building the new, it's also like make sure you're taking your time for self. Yeah. I know it's Monday here as I do this reading, and I'm supposed to do 50 million things today. And I can just barely get the energy to do this video. So I'm just going to honor that. Ooh, take two. All right, let's get right into it then. It was like, we're going to talk about the new energy and what's going on. Okay, first card up is the Judgment card. Um, ugh, my eyes, so getting old. Ah. I awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. All illusions are shattered. We've had this card before um, as an overall for the week. So I just feel like, without getting too biblical, is that this is the exact period we're in, is the judgment period. And it's not judgment upon our souls. I mean, it is a little bit. It's sort of like putting it out there for us, the energy, to see what we're going to do with it. Are we going to, you know, succumb back to being controlled and manipulated? Or are we going to, like, I always look at these people and it looks like, they're kind of jumping for joy. Um, they've been liberated, freedom, right? And then the key with that card is all illusions are shattered. So definitely looking at the week is probably another week of big revelations and revealing of truth continuing. I don't suspect that that sort of thing is gonna, you know it's not just gonna peter out over the weekend or something. I think we're in this like disclosure slash unveiling of the truth, and this will last for the next couple months. Actually, I would even say into 2024. So we've just got lots to be told that we've been lied to about. But we also pulled two cards. We pulled the Fool card too, which is the New Beginnings card. So I ask the question and cultivate an open mind. Yeah, so as a lot of this stuff is coming to the forefront, the information, things we didn't, things aren't as they seem or as we thought they were. So it's having an open mind and not, it's kind of funny because it's like the Judgment card, but it's like asking us not to be too judgmental, right? All souls came here with a purpose, good or bad, to move things along. So rather than judging their actions and things like that, it's just a reminder that the new beginning starts with us having an open mind, and we're the builders of this new earth, right? So if we're gonna get bogged down in judgment, which is low energy, you're gonna be staying there, and you're gonna miss some amazing new things coming our way. So it's pointing out to us that we have to do a better job of just, again, it's kind of like I've said over the last few weeks, like, be the observer and just don't, you know, just take all the information in, take what works for you, sort out what doesn't, and realize that everybody else's journey is their journey, and just, the focus really, it has to be on self and how we are going to take this information and what we're going to do with it, right? Whether we're going to liberate ourselves and move into higher frequency and the new and the Fool card, or whether we're going to like go into judgment, go into division, keep going down that path. And I mean down that path because it's low, low, low energy down there. So um, yeah, I think it just comes down to, it's going to be a week of how do you how are you going to navigate it. Um, we also got the expectation card. So I always say this is like, you know, looking off into the horizon. We're waiting. We're waiting. We've been waiting on this new thing to arrive for a very long time. We do have great expectations for it, right? Um, and I would say, just by getting this card, it's really just reminding you, don't, again, it's the don't give up. Expect great things because they are coming. It just is taking time. Um, it's tough. Like, this doesn't really appear to be a specific. Uh, it's the wings of the being, but to me, it always kind of looks a little bit like that Phoenix card, right? Rising from the ashes. So turn your face to the sun, have positive expectations about what's to come, regardless of what we hear. Um, and just, yeah, that's, again, always keep ourselves in the highest vibration that we can. That's our job. And it'll go a lot smoother if we're doing that and not getting caught up in that low frequency. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. We kind of know what that's all about. All right, so I've added 4 cards to the beginning and end of the reads for the week. The 7 energies. As always, it just wanted to be part of the action. Okay, so we got Spirit of Gratitude, which again is just a reminder as we wait, with our positive expectations, but also being grateful for what we have in the here and now. Um, and that's the best way to stay out of that low frequency muck and mire and not let it trip us up. Is like, okay, but I have a beautiful family. I have a wonderful place to live. Like, just really cultivating positive energy and positive expectations. Yeah, I feel like that's sort of the definite overall theme for this week, is just make sure you're not dabbling in that lower thing, and that includes, like, so conflicts, right? um Over, we're still in this very divisive period, which and a lot of the times, unfortunately, the divisiveness is between our friends and our family and people that we care about, and that we want to have awaken and take with us and all of that. We don't want to leave people behind, but I would just caution you this week to really getting into those arguments or disagreements, or unless you're with somebody who can have that argument without you know without it becoming a fight, right? So just, I feel like this week is about us and not engaging in that lower frequency, and again, really working on self. The portal card we got is Soul Star Activation, fulfilling your soul contract and remembering who you are. Yeah, it's we came here to do this. And so a lot of the process of discovery right now is, you're going to be like, oh, I came here to help. Maybe you came here to help children work with energy, or um, there's a plethora of things. And that's the other thing. You don't have to affect a community of people. You may just have one person that you came in as a soul contract to help them through because they were going to have a really tough time with it. This also fell out. So we also got the Order of Melchizedek. embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. I mean, seriously, guys. I guess, I guess don't give up could be the theme of this video, but we'll see. So again, the the guides and the universe is asking us to just do our due diligence and the work is staying in a good frequency, um, not judging others, and yeah, just not giving up. We came here and we've got a job to do. So let's look at the day by day and then we'll sum it all up. All right, and I didn't preface the cards before, but this week we're going to be using 3 decks by Kyle Gray, just because I like them. So we have the Keepers of the Light, the Angels and Ancestors, and we're using the Portal cards for the read, just because I feel like um, a lot of what we're going to be looking at this week as we do our own self work and discovery is that we're going to need to be relying on the angels and the ancestors and the guides, that sort of thing, for guidance, because like I said, I feel like this week it's just back to more of an inside job and you doing your work and trying to stay out of the melee out there. All right. Oh, I'm going to flip these all up and then we'll read them. Forgot how I read cards. Isn't that funny? Okay. Okay, fun. Okay. So first up, we have Odin, which is psychic insight for Monday. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Yeah, again, it's kind of like a repeat of last week, right? Which was really be focusing on your personal discernment as information comes in, taking in what resonates with you and leaving what doesn't. So, which is interesting because we got 2 cards for this deck. We got Autumn, which is release the old and rest. It's exactly what I said. So like our third eye is open and we're getting information, but that doesn't mean we have to be out there like trying to do like lots of meditation and all this psychic work. And it's like, it's just, this week seems to just be about these skills are starting to present themselves to us. We're starting to see things and feel things in a different way. So it's just like take the time to integrate those, but also rest. And like, this isn't a race. We don't have to have this done by a certain time. We will be ready when we're supposed to be as things progress. So, don't, I know a lot of times people fear that they're, because this came up for me actually even on the weekend at my energy group, and it was about that I just feel like I haven't been doing enough or doing the good work. And it's like, just by being here, you are doing the good work. That is part of your soul contract, right? And just acknowledging the things that we're supposed to be doing. So we also got Mother Earth, which says, feel loved and comforted. What I feel like this is like I'm literally saying, just like she's saying, like in here she's holding her pregnant belly, but this is kind of like, let Mother Earth just hold you this week. Oh, Sam's coming to say hello. Let her hold you this week and just let this information come in, integrate, not really heavy duty stuff. Just again, like I said, kind of being the observer and just, but the rest is really key. Usually when we have a week when readings start to point to rest and integration and those sorts of things, is it's because we're having what I like to call like a reprieve in the energy. So you still might be feeling intense energy coming in, but if you're resting and just taking care of yourself, it'll go a lot easier. And it's usually because there's an amp up coming where it's like, okay, you had your time to rest, but now it's go time again. So like last week was kind of a go time, and now it's like, it's not that we hammered on the brakes, it's just that they're like, okay, we've heard you. Like I think, and the reason I say this is we also got the angelic frequency, which is angels are here, you are safe, potent connection. So I feel like maybe with the franticness of last week, as energy was coming in, it was maybe for me it was a bit overwhelming some days. Um, so just keep calling on the angels, like it's almost like they're just trying to slow it down for us a bit so it's not so intense. So take advantage of that. Make sure you're getting rest. But again, just by being and paying attention and observing, we're still doing the work we need to do. So have no fear there and don't give up. I have a feeling don't give up is going to be like the major theme of this video. So, okay, let's look at the rest of the week. All right, let's have a look at Tuesday. Yeah, we'll see. Who knows too? We might only get a couple days rest here at the beginning of the week, and then it might be go time by the end of the week. No, it definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of things too coming up around with this retrogrades that we're still in that period of like reflection. A lot of them though have to do with reflection of like sort of the more intuitive and psychic side of things. So far looking at the cards we're getting for this week is it's like it really is focused around the intuitive information we're getting and that sort of thing. So, this is a new skill for most of us. And even if we've been doing this a long time, it's like I know mine is amping up, but it's in a way I'm not used to. So it's sort of like we're getting the direction for this week to um, just allow a lot of allowing and watching and just observing and then again just not not too heavy of a thing but being present and doing the work around it. All right, Tuesday we got charity, which is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. So yeah, if you're having like some moments of needing clarity about what is happening and what you're supposed to be doing, again, we need to just sit and connect with our guides and contemplate uh, the whole, what is going on. So take those taking some moment of time to sit down, and whether you do prayer, mantra, or you just connect right in and speak to your guides in the universe, whichever it is. Um, Tuesday is asking us to take that time. We also got the animal guardian, which is trust your instincts. Um, it's interesting though, because what I'm seeing is like I get my biggest confirmations during the day when I'm outside and I connect with different animals. So, and that's how I know I am getting messages from spirit. So, paying attention on Tuesday to any animal that comes into your realm, whether that's in a dream. Like last night, I dreamed of orcas. I forgot to look it up, but I think in the back of my head I know. But that's also for me to go look up later. But so yeah, if you dream about them or you're outside and like today, like the last couple days, I've seen a ton of blue jays. Never seen a lot of them in my life, but there seems to be a lot around this year. Lots of robins, which is really interesting at this end time of year rather than the beginning. Um, yeah, so I feel like Tuesday is about tapping in and really connecting with our guides for some of the answers we've been looking for. So going outside, seeing what nature presents to you, or maybe, like I said, it comes in a dream, um, and doing a little bit of prayer and connection with our guides. The other thing we got is the Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, and Dharma. Dharma is my favorite word because, well, I don't do a good definition of it, but as opposed to karma is like the things that are going to happen to you. Dharma is the things, in my opinion, that are happening to you. It's like you are here now. You are supposed to be here now. It is what it is. Take it for what it is. But be, again, back to the beginning of the week, the spirit of gratitude. But really, we are being asked to just like not push and force and worry about this. I feel like a lot of people out there are worrying about their spiritual advancement. And again, I can't hammer this home enough. It's just like just by being here now and doing um, and paying attention to everything that's going on, and when you get, you know, gifts or signs or animals, acknowledging that's all we're being asked to do right now. It's not needing to be this big uh, I think we always think as we go through this, it should just be this like we're just gonna like lift the veil and it's gonna be like, ta-da! Like, I don't think I used to always hope it was gonna be that fast, but I think it's like a very slow and gradual process. So just take this week easy, retreat to recharge, and trust the process. And again, it's always us. We gotta trust the universe has this like down to a T. It knows how this goes. And it works better for us if we're not struggling and fighting against it. All right, that's Tuesday. All right, let's have a look at Wednesday. Ooh, that one flipped over like that. So we're taking that one. It's funny when I first pulled these cards to use them, I was like, is this right? I don't know. And now that I'm reading it, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is like 100% the right cards. Interesting. Okay. So, first step for Wednesday, the Shekinah, sacred self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Yeah, so it's interesting because what I'm getting with the dance part is not so much like dance, but moving in the flow of things. So again, we're just being given this reminder that like just take these new gifts and intuition and spirit as it comes in with ease and grace and flow. It's almost like we're just supposed to be doing like there's a couple of different types of dance out there, which is like core connection and I'm totally can't remember the name of the other one. Authentic movement, I think it's called or something. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's just like moving in the moment as your body tells you. And so you are with that flow using your intuition. You have to do that out in life too. So it's just trying to get us to like to just really it is this week of honoring ourselves and honoring how sacred we are. Because we also got the heart guardian, just always and just again, look at her face. Peace, ease, grace, not fighting anything, just allowing the flow. Love and let yourself be loved. Yeah, this week is about us just like really sinking into the energies that are coming in, but into a way where we're in a flow rather than trying to swim against it. So just, yeah, or just float. I feel like I can just see floating in a pond. We also got the ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage, and boundaries. Interesting. That's a little bit different than I would have thought for that week. But yeah, this is just tapping in again to that. It's funny because I have to tell you because I was like, oh, my card doesn't really fit, but what do I want to say about it? And so I flipped over the next one, and it was the Chamber of the Violet Flame, which is karmic release, radical transformation. Yeah, I think it's what it's just pinpointing us to is that like we are in a state where like we need to get ourselves in the best possible state because and have boundaries about how we allow other people to manipulate our energy. So or use our energy. So just make sure you're keeping it's so funny. It's just like keep yourself self-contained this week. I know like previously in reads it's been like, oh, it's time for us to get out into our tribes and start working together. But this is really being like, it is an inside job this week. Whoa. It's like keep coming up. It's just like just make sure you're nurturing yourself. You're checking in. Um, there's karmic release still going on for obviously in the outside world. Not even remotely close to having done all of that work. So as those things are happening and radical transformation is happening, it's just making sure you're contained in your little healing bubble, healing the lineage. Yeah, it's also that the veil has kind of like been lifted. So we are seeing more like easier connections to the divine, the angelic realm, the ancestral, our ancestral realm, and the ancestral realm of this entire planet. So it's that's a lot of information to take in. So it's just like just again, we just keep coming back to this allow. Oh, keep going back to heart center. Keep emanating that frequency of love and just really honoring yourself, your sacred self. Express your gifts, unleash your spirit. That's Wednesday. All right, and Thursday. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling already. I don't think it's going to switch today to be more action oriented, except the action of self and self care. Um, but we'll see. There's that word again. Illusions keeps coming up again. Yeah, there's just no way around it. Like a lot of the stuff coming up in the world is it's really intense. It's just burning its karma off. It has to be done for all of us to be able to move forward. So you also have like I talked about at the beginning, we have a degree of responsibility for ourselves, how much we engage in that. So it's I always like to like my favorite saying for a very long time is be informed about things, but do not be inundated by them. Because the minute you become inundated, you're down in that low frequency, and it's sometimes really hard to get out. If you've had a day of just like checking out what is going on in the world and the news. I don't really watch the news, but I will, you know, I'm aware of what's going on this planet. Um, so just, yeah, sometimes too, it's even just about like getting the whole thing around digital break, like just turn it off for a little bit. It, you know, it's not going to change, uh, but it will change your frequency. So, which is what's, the universe is asking us to take care of this week. So, okay, Thursday, we got Freya, which is phases and cycles. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Yeah, so as soon as it's just like pinging off here that Thursday. This happened. That was the same kind of more information coming out on Thursday. I don't know why Thursday midweek as we head into the weekend, right? Um, so just it's almost like just realize again, all of this is part of the process. It's part of the karma being burned off. Engage as much as you want to, but remember to pull yourself back out. We also got interesting the shapeshifter, which is transform and unveil your gifts. So, what this is saying a little bit is that, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we kind of were sitting with these gifts, and allowing them to integrate, but not really, I don't want to say not using them, but just kind of getting a sense and a feel about what they look like and allowing them to integrate into our system. By Thursday, um, it's kind of like, okay, now start to transform that energy and unveil your gifts. And I have a feeling it somehow our gifts, it's how we interpret the information so that it's not affecting us in a negative way. so that we can take the spin on it and be like, see the end goal, right? That's what intuition and vision and all of this stuff is about. This is that skill. So when we see something happen, or information comes out, and we don't just go into this little puddle and go, well, we're doomed. Like, it's taking that information and using your intuition and your integration to see, like, into the future. Basically, I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, no, okay, I see why this is happening. This is just this happening, and I don't have to worry about this. And also, that's been coming up like a lot in the last couple days, is, man, they're ramping up the fear. Like, and like, I keep getting caught in it. And then I'm in it for like about half an hour or a day. And I'm like, oh, frick, I did it again. And I don't want to manifest that. So it's kind of like, it's this weird state of like not letting it get to you, because it's only going to come true if we just stay in that low frequency and keep making it true. It's this new skill of like, of transmuting and transforming that energy and then being able to see how it can be for good. It's a really complex and tricky process. It's what we're learning to do. The last card we got for Thursday is Pleiadian activation. Coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. Okay, so no matter what information comes out on Thursday, don't let it, but basically what I'm getting is, do not let it bog you down. Try to see it for what it is. There's a bigger picture going on. It may be the most unbelievable thing like that you can't even comprehend. It's to the point that it's so unbelievable. Um, Again, take it in stride. Make sure it doesn't like spin us off the axis and make us give up. Things are coming together. Harmony is coming in from the heavens. The Pleiadians, they're part of this plan. They knew this was all going to happen. In fact, if you really get into the whole Pleiadian thought, is that they are us from the future. I'll just put that little seed there. You can do with it what you want if you want to do more research on it, but that they have come back. We have come back from the future to save humanity. Anyway, we'll just leave that there. But just understand that as this information and stuff is coming out, it's all a phase in the cycle. It's all part of the plan. Don't stop using your gifts. You're part of this. Start participating. So that's Thursday. We'll see what the end of the week's like. I think it's like there's a little bit of work to do as we head into the weekend. And let's look at Friday. Yeah, interesting week so far. It's good though, because I've been feeling like energetically, I still want to be doing my work, like my meditations and working with crystals, um and just, testing out some of this new like intuitive abilities, I guess. Um, but I also see the value in resting, 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 resting. For me, like I said, a lot of the time lately, I've just been getting caught up in the 3D world so much that I haven't really been paying attention to the outer energies. And I think it's just time for me to like really come back. I call it coming back home, right? Come back home and, um, and, and start to, see things through the lens of my abilities and my good positive energy. All right, so the first card we got is Mahabharata Babaji. I just call him Babaji. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. That's awesome. So yeah, yesterday when it was like the Pleiadian connection coming together, it's by the end of the week, no monumentous thing, except whatever information's coming out in the outside world. Um, this then by the end of the week is you able to connect the dots, basically, where it just goes bing, 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 and you're like, got it, got it, understand it. I understand the connection. Um, the thing I want to say about this card, it's funny because I do believe 6, 7, yeah. So these are this I think is a representation of the seven sisters of the Pleiades. Um, but also just there's also the symbol within some sacred geometry there. I can't tell if it's the flower of life. Anyway, it's at a little bit about higher heart and that throat chakra. And I'm really just getting the the feeling it's like this is all just going to come together and make sense for you. So coming together from yesterday wasn't about coming together as a group of people. It's about all of the information is coming together. It's going to knit you a nice little uh, vision of what is happening. So that's kind of exciting. So by the end of the week, just allowing this ease and integration to happen and resting and taking care, but being, being the observer, all by the end of the week, all the puzzle pieces click into place. So we also got the shaman, which is trust in higher forces. It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like that means, whew, yeah, like it's like everything's coming together so that, like, when you go to look at the bigger picture, you're like, I got it. It's kind of exciting. The understanding, the inner standing is coming, which is great. That's our goal. Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. That's all it is. It's just like this, as this energy comes in, it's like we can just, we can be that peaceful, restful heart operating in the world and doing good in the world, but with ease and grace. It's the complete opposite of where we have been, right? This struggle, this low vibration, this, it just like one step forward, two steps back, like that is all disintegrating. We should be living our lives in every moment from a point of ease and grace, where we just feel at ease and rested and calm. And so this week seems to be really about this stuff is coming in for integration. Um, and don't we want a calmer, more peaceful life? I do. I've been craving it for several years now. So that energy is coming in. We can start to take it in, and manipulate isn't the right word. It's like, but like be able to use it in our everyday life. It's kind of funny because when you talk about people that aren't on this path and how it's going to be, and that's when I say, like, you will get eventually yourself to a state where you're walking in grace, right? Um, And that's part of the easiest way to wake people up, because as you walk by, those that are down still struggling and not waking up will see that light or see something in you and be like, I want to be like that. That's the time, if they approach you, that you can help them. And that's what we came here to do. So we have to get ourselves there first, right? We have to be the lighthouse. I always, use the plane analogy too, right? That, like, when the plane's going down, which it is right now, um, we have to put on our oxygen masks first before we help other people, so that we are at our best capacity to help other people. So that's Friday. All right, looking at Saturday. Ooh, that one came right out. Did we get all three of those? Oh, anyway, sorry. I'll read this to you in a second. There's three cards like this. I'm going to pull them out and see if we could have all of them. So it's kind of interesting. Because it's interesting in these cards, like it's the keepers of the light. So they tend to be ascended masters, great teachers from history. Um, but then there's concepts in there too. There's hope, charity, faith, I think is in there too. So it's very interesting that we're getting more um, words that are concepts and embracing those concepts. But the thing is they're not just a concept, right? They are an energy as well. Love is an energy. Hope is an energy. Um, Grace, ease, they're all energies. So when we're saying like when you are in a state of grace or the emotion of grace or the energy of grace, so it's embodying that through understanding what it is, first of all, like, and then embodying it through your whole body and way of being and way of moving in the world. So, yeah, it's kind of fun. All right. Okay. So, hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Yeah, just you're already, it kind of came up at the beginning of the video too. It's like you're already doing it. We are this. We are love. We are grace. Um, we are worthy and divine. And again, just making sure we're choosing those loving thoughts about ourselves. We also got the Knight, which is be brave and honest. I think, yeah, it's kind of funny because like there's again, I think this happened to us at the end of last week too, is that a little bit of energy of self-doubt starts to creep in. Usually when I'm finding this happens is that we're on this nice little trajectory. We start to see all these things happen. Um, we get signs, we get symbols, we're really immersed in it. And then like by the end of the week, it's like then nothing happens. And we're just like we're in the same, like if you look at the outside world, we're just like it's getting worse and we're in the same world. So I think what it's like trying to say is that's not how that energy really operates. So be brave and again, just don't give up. Just keep and be honest with yourself. But it's honesty in the way that it's the acceptance piece. You are worthy. Um, yeah, you might have to reach deep down in your soul till you get that answer or your heart. Um, but because you just may not have it, you might just be like, I am not part of this. I am not worthy. Nothing is happening. We're getting nowhere. It's getting worse. So choose loving thoughts. As soon as those start to ramp up, the can't, not good enough, all the things I just said, as soon as they come in, try your best to pull yourself out of that frequency and choose more loving thoughts. Yeah, be brave, be honest. um, we also got the Toth light codes, which is light initiation, a great teacher awakening, divine magic. So yeah, it's just like, it's funny though, because it's like, it's almost like what I'm getting from this is you ain't seen nothing yet. So if you think nothing's happening, it's stalling out, you were on a good trajectory, had lots of big magic happening, and then it kind of petered out. We have to remember that's like it's also like energy can't be, it is 24/7, but it can't, it's not going to, we're not going to get a thing every single day. Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't, but sometimes, going back to the beginning of this week, is that it's almost like energy is saying sometimes I got to rest too, right? Like let's take the ocean. There's always waves coming in, but some days they're great big crashing waves, and some days they're just little waves. Um, it's there's always energy coming in. It doesn't stop. It can't be created or can't be created or destroyed. So, anyway, it can't be destroyed. But the key thing is it's just like there are periods of time where everything has to rest. So don't take it as just like it's not working. I give up on myself. This blood, just no. These light codes are coming in. Great teacher awakening. It's one of two things. It's either you and you're awakening, or we're gonna get a nice little connection to a great teacher. Hopefully, it's probably one of the, maybe it's Toth himself. So I say himself, but I don't know. I don't know if he's got a more masculine energy for sure. But anyway, that's Saturday. I know it's a little wonky and weird, but just it's again back to the thing of don't give up. Don't give up. Uh, some days you just need a rest and a reprieve and just let it be. So Saturday, nothing's happening. Just, you know, read a book and immerse yourself in a tub or something and just continue to be in that ease and grace as much as you can this week. Okay, I am going to read Sunday because I still, even though summer's over and it's been pretty cold on the weekends, I've already had like a busy September for work and stuff, or not work, but yeah, not work. Work's not busy. That's the funny thing. Kind of a little scary, but at the same time, it's like just, there's lots of events going on. Um, so take it like it is. So yeah, what I'm basically saying though is the chance of me getting to do holding space Sunday is probably very slim. But then, well, we'll talk about that in the summary because next week has got some big astrological pieces and just equinox itself, right? That's not necessarily astrological, but it is a big portal and shift point. All right. Okay. The first card up is Holy Amethyst, which is move beyond current challenges and focus on what you desire. Okay, interesting. At the end of this week, we're getting like I feel like we slipped a bit, and we're like, um, yeah, we got to get back on the horse, get back up, stand back up, brush yourself off, and don't give up, and don't uh, really watch the thought patterns. It seems like we're heading back into that lower, or they're trying to get us into that lower frequency. Don't let it happen. Because we also got Katumi, which came out as well, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Yeah, this is all the self doubt at the end of the week. And I don't doubt that it probably came from Thursday. Whatever information came out, it's probably going to be mind blowing. Anyway, or maybe it's not even, I hate to use this word. I'm not going to swear, but like a mind F. Like it just messes us up so bad that it's just like, I feel like Thursday and then Friday and Saturday, like it's almost like a backtrack and we're just like right back into that low energy. So yeah, it's a kind of I'm getting a caution around it. It's just don't let this spin you off your axis. It really, whatever comes out it doesn't matter. It's the karma being cleared. Well, it's being released and then it has to be cleared. But if we keep hanging on to it, we go right back to where we started on this planet. Um, 10, 12, 20 years ago. We're just going to repeat the same cycle. So let's not do that. So do your damnedest, whatever happens on Thursday, to really push through those low energies and anything they throw at you. And just know that you're worthy, you're part of this plan. We need your energy. We need you to not give up. If you're watching this and you're at this part of the video, you are required for this shift. You came here for a reason. Um, it would be like going on this like long journey and turning around right as you're at the door because the door didn't open right away. The key might be in the sand underneath your feet. So step back and look. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah. I don't know where that analogy of the key thing came, but it's like I can almost see it. Like, take a step back and look down at your feet. The key's probably right there. Interesting. We also got Lord, take charge with authority. Yeah, this is totally about that lower energy is really going to kick up as of Thursday with all the information that comes out. So, like, we have to, like, yeah, I can't really use that as an example, but as you find out different bits of information, so this happened last week or the week before, a bit of information came out where it was like, where it looked like something might target our particular city that we're living in. At first I spiraled and I was like, oh my God, like this could happen here and da 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 da. And then I realized what I was doing was feeding into the fear and that probably none of that's going to happen. But it's just like the lie was put out there and let's see how many we can catch in this net. And they probably caught a ton of us. Um, but once I realized it, I pulled myself out. You're always, so this is about taking charge with authority of your sovereignty. It's like the news might come in at like, there's all kinds of talk about whether we're gonna, you know, lock down again, et cetera, et cetera. I think at the moment, these are all concepts, and if we start to play into them with our thoughts and our mindset, that it is going to happen, right? It's manifestation 101, but manifestation isn't always positive. It can be very negative. And so by us like getting involved and worrying about things and going into fear, we can make those things happen. This is the skill we have to like learn to stop doing because we've been perpetuating it for years. Um, we have the tools now to not do that. And it seems surreal to just flip the switch and say, think about love, ease, grace, put yourself in a higher thing. And it's like, well, what's that going to do? That stuff's still going to happen. And it's like, no, it's the power of prayer. It's the same reason prayer works. Because what if enough of us say no and claim our sovereignty and it's like, and take charge? That's enough. Enough is enough. No, 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 no. We have to learn to say no 100 times every day for the rest of this, like, however long this shift takes. Enough, right? It's about claiming our sovereignty back as a soul. Nobody has jurisdiction over your soul. Not a single person except for you and maybe God, but even God is, you're just a reflection of God. So um, you're still the one who is in charge and makes the decision. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right, the last card for Sunday is Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Sounds crazy, but the word no might just very well be uh, the voice that we need to activate to put an end to that energy. So that's Sunday. Sorry, it's a lot of work and it's a little harsh, but just say no. All right, let's sum up this week. What an interesting week. I will talk a little bit now about next week because I'm going to have to really seriously sit down and take a look at it. Like I said, this week, when a reprieve and a rest and a retreat energy comes in, which it was for most of the week, with the exception of just a couple of like, still from a place of taking it in with ease and grace. Um, take that week, take this week, make sure you take this week to recharge. However that works for you, whether you actually do just have to sleep more, you need to go for like a spa treatment out in nature, um, just or like I said, detox from the news and that energy, that kind of thing. So really be mindful of what that is for you and take advantage of it this week because next week, like I said, we're heading into um, let me think about this. I mean, we're not getting close to equinox, but I mean, we'll be a week away. Um, well, yeah. And then when's the moon? I think the moon's on the 18th too. So yeah, we're gonna be heading right into I'm just gonna look at the calendar here so I can see. Yeah, so the moon I think is on the Monday and the equinox is on the Thursday. So yeah, it's a bit of a power-packed week. So I'll take a look at it and see. There might need to be some extra reads or different types of meditation. Obviously, I'll do the new moon read. So yeah, enjoy this week of rest because I think next week, not that it's going to be intense, but there's just a lot going on. So it is going to, we'll be back in that ramping up energy again. All right, but for now, let's finish off this week. The sun. By the end of the week, um, I think I just honestly feel like there's going to be solar flares this entire week. When I say that though, like sometimes they're draining, but there's always energy coming in with those that is like meant to help upgrade and transform us. So just yeah, just allowing that energy in, right? So the saying on this is I am blessed with the gift of life. Again, got to remember counting our blessings this week. I am free to create a life filled with joy. We just don't have that right now. We need to do that. And open and connected to God. Yep. Let's cultivate that. Look how beautiful. I just love this all the flowers. And again, the face, just content, joy, peace, all the words that we're working on heading towards, right? We will get there, you guys. I know sometimes, believe me, I'm down here being a human being too. And there's days I get up and I am not on this party train. I'm like, this place sucks. Anyway, but I said, we're resilient. We pick ourselves back up, dust ourselves back off, and get right back to it. When I said that, it was 3:33 minutes in, so nice. Okay, yeah, we also got the shift card. It's interesting though, because looking at this card again, so this is just a confirmation. Yes, we are in a big shift. But look at, he's kind of looking it off in like, just really, again, there's ease to it. There's no struggle. There's just really almost contemplative energy on his face too, of like, I don't want to say awe, but like look, like just wonder what is next. Like, so don't lose your sense of wonder. Be curious, and you know, like this week's I think going to be uh, just a bit, almost a bit miraculous in in the things we will learn. And like that's the thing about learning. I don't want to say they're negative things, but like learning these things, it's like the reason we're being shown and learn is so that we can like that's the past and we can leave it there and we can, you know, wish it love and send it on its way so that we can move into this newer energy. We also got a deep breath. Is that card 7? Yeah, card 7. Root chakra. And again, another face that is in contemplation, is in prayer, is in ease, is in grace. Just taking a deep breath this week and just allowing what is and really doing our best not to struggle with it and go into strife and those low thoughts so that we're like self-sabotaging um, and causing ourselves, you know, like to feel unworthy because I mean it's not true at all. Yeah. Oops. Oh, that one's good. Okay. Funny. When I was thinking about the read and what cards I was going to use, and I was going to use these in the day to day, and I was like, I know this card's going to come up. It's the halls of a mentee initiation. So an initiation is the thing that happens to you before you're, you know, before you're entered into whatever. I don't want to call it a secret society like that. I don't want to freak anybody out by saying that, but like different tribal things, right? You had to have initiations. We still consider like rites of passage and initiations in our, like when you turn 16, it's kind of a thing. And, you know, the rest we all muddled with, the the day-to-days like turning 18 and going to the bar. Like that's a rite of passage. But anyway, we're being initiated into this new energy, right? So, and it's like graduating from school, basically. Halls of a Mentee initiation is secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. So it's just really asking us to remember again, the universe has this, it's all part of a process. We came here to learn these lessons and then to graduate and take them out to the greater world, right? The great teacher awakens. I'm pretty sure that's all of us. Individually, we'll have different people to teach, but this process is happening. Um, the secrets that are being revealed, a lot of it is, again, just how powerful we actually are, how much like energy and gifts and treasure we have within us. And that's been suppressed and covered up. And so now that it's all coming to light, um, it's us taking, I don't want to say advantage, but starting to utilize these energies because and not giving up and knowing our worth because this is what we came to do. So, all right, that's the week. Take care of yourselves. I love you and rest as much as you can.